Hello and welcome to Drawing with Floof. And today we will be drawing bears. So the reason I chose this was kind of random. Knew I had to draw something and wanted to draw something. I didn't have anything I wanted to draw, if you know what I mean. And so I looked in my little notes app, was scrolling through all my ideas for things to draw, and I saw bears and I thought, I'll do like bear breeds or something. So I found this one of a grizzly bear or a brown bear, whatever you want to call it, in this cute pose with this little paw up. And I really liked it because brown bears are like my favourite type of bear and I really like bears. And then I decided, you know what, I want to do more cute brown bear poses. So I just went with that. Also, you may have noticed from the thumbnail, and if you've watched some of my other videos, that this is a bit more sketchy than my usual style, because I also decided partway through that I wanted to do this as kind of like a quick, it wasn't really quick, they still took me like my normal amount, but a more sketchy style of drawing. And I decided to, I kind of decided to, partway through, do no rubbing out. I still did rub out, like once or twice, because at the start I hadn't decided to yet, and then I forgot the next couple times. But most of this is without running out, and you'll see rubbing out, and you'll see on one of them I'd drawn a line too far and I just left it. I did in the end rub it out for after I'd finished drawing it, but in the process I just left it and tried to be as relaxed and chill and sketchy with this as possible, just for the fun of it, I guess. So this first one, very cute. I was quite enjoying drawing like this. It was quite relaxing and, I don't know, good for my soul, if you believe in that kind of thing. Ooh, some fun facts. This might be a bit less seamless than usual because I'm looking at these on my phone whilst editing this on my phone rather than on the computer. They are powerful North American bears known for their distinctive shoulder hump. It's not what I knew them for, but I did see that whilst drawing these, which, along with I think 4-inch claws, provide really good digging power. Despite males being able to weigh up to 800 pounds, they have speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. Pause the facts there to talk about this drawing bit. I was expecting it to be harder because of the pose. I just had to position it on the page right, and it wasn't too bad. As you saw, I did like a little circle in place of the head at first to try and get the proportions vaguely right, and then just went for it. The claws and where it's like holding its foot, this probably was the cutest pose, kind of got lost in the shading in the end, which is a shame, but also the claws weren't very detailed anyway, so it's not like much was being lost. Grizzlies are actually different to brown bears. I think maybe they're like a subspecies, because brown bears are also throughout Europe. To clarify, I'm sorry for getting that wrong. Not true hibernators, they go into a 5 to 8 month sleep, a torpor, I think, but they can be waken if disturbed, which isn't a true hibernator. Diet is made up of 80% vegetarians. They eat vegetarians, vegetation, should I say, and they can consume 80 pounds a day when preparing for winter, and then they lose 40% of their body fat when in hibernation or whatever it's called. Sense of smell is far superior than dogs, which I guess means they can smell food, and they're also really good swimmers and underwater hunters, being able to catch fish really well, which I'm sure you've seen videos of. God, I feel like I'm running out of facts already, and this I've not even done 5 minutes. This is why I'm doing slightly shorter videos. I can't do voiceovers for this long. This drawing came out quite nice. I liked the shading of it. I thought this style of sketchiness, which, I mean, it's not that different from my normal, but is more sketchy, was quite nice to draw with, and like looked pretty cool, despite the fact that, you know, in the darker area it's got a bit difficult to differentiate between different things. Last one, I guess it's not so much of a funny pose, but it's kind of relatable. Just like passed out on the grass. Just like I went for it. Grass. Ew. Grass. Yeah, I was quite concerned going into it. I thought, though I was with all of them and they all turned out pretty decent, thought it would be quite difficult. And this is the one where that line was a bit too far and I just left because I was trying to not use rubbers. And I'd finally internalized that I wasn't supposed to use rubbers. But it was actually like pretty decent. I just kind of did a big old triangle and then put some features on it. It's not perfect, but I think it turned out pretty good. I got a bit bored on the shading with this one because it was quite a large area, and as you may have seen, I do quite small drawings. Also, the pencil I'm using in this, might have to say goodbye to it soon. It's gotten, you might have noticed, very small. There's not much life in it left, unfortunately. Also, this bear really looks like the IKEA dongles. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll put an image on here. That cuddly toy, it's like identical. I love bears so much, so cute. Bear cubs are born during the den in January-February time and weigh only 400 to 600 grams, roughly the size of a stick of butter. Oh! But bears, other than mother with cubs, are generally solitary creatures. They're quite intelligent animals and sometimes hide carcasses under things that keep away bacteria and fungus to keep them fresh. Very smart. And unlike many predators, they can see in colour, which helps them identify fruit and whether it's ripe or not. Because, as I said earlier, they eat vegetarians. Mostly, you know, sometimes they eat the meat eaters too. Joking, obviously. But that does make up a lot of their diet, as I mentioned, so it's useful to know that what you're eating is ripe and not going to kill you, I guess. I feel like you can always tell when I've run out of facts and things to say in a video in terms of how rambly it gets. But I hope you can just tune me out and look at the drawing if it gets a bit too rambly for your taste. Grizzly bears, I think, are the ones that are in North America, in like the central bits, not by coasts. That could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming. The name grizzly comes from the word grizzled, as in the white tipped bits on their fur, apparently. So that's cool. They're so silly. I was just trying to look up some more facts, and I just came up with like loads of pictures, and they're just really cute poses. Here's some. Apparently it's the second biggest land predator, the only bigger one being a polar bear. And that's about it. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, or like, comment and subscribe. Tell me, you know, what you enjoyed about it, what else you'd like to see. If you like this or other content or anything. Here is your honorary dolly photo. Yeah, bye bye for now.